Hello. I'm in this room again, as you can see. We bought some cushions for the bay window in this room recently, which you might have seen on Instagram. So I've been spending a lot more time in here. And because of that, I might film in here more often too, but let's see. I have another listening practice video for you today. We're going to be listening to a man and he's talking about his soup. And so today I'd like you to try and write down all the things that are in his soup. I'm going to be talking about countable and uncountable nouns today, and I'm going to talk about the schwa sound. If you don't know what these are, I suggest that you watch these two videos first and then come back to this point in today's video. Okay, let's listen to him.
We had a couple bowls last night, but it's got potato, it's got some noodles in it, it's got some broccoli, some zucchini, some carrot, some champignons, or little mushrooms, onion, chicken stock, cauliflower, celery in there too, and this just has so much flavour. We had a couple bowls last night, but it's got potato, it's got some noodles in it, it's got some broccoli, some zucchini, some carrot, some champignons, or little mushrooms, onion, chicken stock, cauliflower, celery in there too, and this just has so much flavour. We had a couple bowls last night, but it's got potato, it's got some noodles in it, it's got some broccoli, some zucchini, some carrot, some champignons, or little mushrooms, onion, chicken stock, cauliflower, celery in there too, and this just has so much flavour. We had a couple bowls last night, but it's got potato, it's got some noodles in it, it's got some broccoli, some zucchini, some carrot, some champignons, or little mushrooms, onion, chicken stock, cauliflower, celery in there too, and this just has so much flavour.
Now let's talk about a few things that he said. The first thing that he said was, we had a couple bowls last night.
We had a couple bowls last night.
Firstly, couple. This can mean two things or two people, but it's not always two. It can be 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 things or people. So it can also mean a small number, but we don't know what this number is. And he said a couple bowls. This should be a couple of bowls, which you probably already know. But in everyday conversation, when we're just talking to family and friends, some people might not say the word of. And in Australia, another way that you might hear this is a couple of bowls, which is how I tend to say it. A couple of bowls, a couple of days, a couple of books. So of changes to the schwa sound.
We had a couple bowls last night.
Now let's start listing all the things that are in his soup.
It's got potato, it's got some noodles in it, it's got some broccoli, some zucchini, some carrot, some champignons, or little mushrooms.
So there are potatoes, noodles, broccoli, zucchini, carrots, and mushrooms. And then he said this word, which is actually a French word that's found its way into English. And because it's a French word and we're talking about English here, people will say this in all different ways. Champignon, 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 champignon. And then there are some people who will say it closer to how it's said in French. champignon. That's my attempt at French. But that's if you even hear it said at all. So don't worry too much about this word. Most people will just say mushroom.
It's got potato, it's got some noodles in it, it's got some broccoli, some zucchini, some carrot, some champignons, or little mushrooms.
Okay, let's continue. What else was there? Onions, chicken stock.
Onion, chicken stock.
When you boil meat and bones in water or vegetables in water, after it's been boiling for a long time, the water starts to taste nice because of the meat and bones or because of the vegetables. So after you take out all the meat and bones or the vegetables, the liquid that you have left is called stock. And usually when you're talking about stock, you mention the type of meat that you used to make that stock. Beef stock, chicken stock, or vegetable stock. So here he added chicken stock to his soup.
Onion, chicken stock.
And what were the last two things in his soup? Cauliflower and celery.
Cauliflower, yeah. Celery in there too.
Now, one thing I wanted to mention here is that most vegetables are countable. So you can just add an S or ES at the end to make it plural. But there are a few that are uncountable, and there are a few that can be both, depending on the situation and what you're trying to say. But don't worry about this. Just remember what they usually are and you'll be fine.
Cauliflower, yeah. Celery in there too.
And then he said, and this just has so much flavour.
And this just has so much flavour.
Flavour. This is an interesting word because it's another word that can be both countable and uncountable. Which one it is depends on the situation and what you're trying to say. Here it's uncountable because he's talking about how the soup generally tastes. But if you want to talk about something specific, if you want to talk about one thing about how the soup tastes, then it becomes countable because you want to talk about that one thing. So you can say that the soup has such a strong flavor, for example, or if it's not strong, you can say that it has a very mild flavor. Or if there are different flavors, you can say there are 10 different flavors of ice cream available. But here, he's just talking generally about how the soup tastes, not about one flavor or how many different flavors there are. So it's uncountable, and this just has so much flavor.
And this just has so much flavour.
Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful. I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to press the subscribe button below and also the bell if you'd like to know when I have a new video out for you. Let's listen to him one more time at the normal speed.
We had a couple bowls last night, but it's got potato, it's got some noodles in it, it's got some broccoli, some zucchini, some carrot, some champignons, or little mushrooms, onion, chicken stock, cauliflower, yeah, celery in there too. And this just has so much flavour.
Thank you for watching today. Keep practicing, stay safe out there, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye. The first thing that he said was, oh my gosh, what did he say? We had a couple bowls last night. Okay. How am I going to remember this list? What is it? Potatoes? Something. I don't know. I need to listen to it again. So there are potatoes, right? PNZ. PNZ BCM. Okay. So there are So there are potatoes. I can't remember these noodles. Oh God. I just can't remember. There's just so many vegetables in here. So there are potatoes. Can't remember this list. So there are potatoes, noodles. It's not mushrooms, is it? What is it? Zucchini, carrots, and mushroom. Okay.